This is Jeff, a young male kestrel who's keen to find a partner. This kestrel is very special to me. I've followed his story since he hatched last year. The story begins last May, as Jeff's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Kez, care for their tiny hatchlings. The chicks are only a few days old, but Mrs. Kez disappears, leaving Jeff and his siblings at risk. When Mrs. Kez hasn't returned 10 hours later, I decide to intervene, taking the 6 chicks out for a health check. The older 3 are strong enough to go back into the nest, but 3 are small, cold and weak and need to be cared for. The youngest chick, Jeff, is so weak he could have died. But with regular feeds, I managed to bring him back from the brink. And after a week in my care, Jeff and the other chicks are ready to go back into the nest, where they'll be cared for by Mr. Kez. As the chicks grow, I'm around to lend a hand, visiting the nest regularly with a bit of extra food. His fluffy appearance makes Jeff easy to pick out, and he's always up front at meal times. The chicks are soon big enough for identification rings. So I've made this trip many times over the last few weeks, heading up there to feed these kestrels, but today's different. Today's ringing day, so we're going to be putting identification rings on these chicks. There's the little one. And Jeff is first to get his. Right, Gene, I can't wait to show you these ones.
Oh, mega.
Here we go. This is the smallest one. Ringing the chicks doesn't hurt them in any way, and the unique ring number is added to a national database, so the birds can be identified in the future. This is a little chick going back in, and I'm particularly fond of this one because we nearly lost it when I brought it round from the brink. All back where they're supposed to be. Finally, it's time for the chicks to fledge. One by one, the older chicks take to the wing. But youngest Jeff isn't ready to go just yet. He needs a bit more help from me.
Hello.
I've got quite attached to this little kestrel. A few days later, he's ready to fly too. Over the following months, Mr. Kez's fledglings start to move away. Though one of them seems to like it here and stays on. It's great that this one has stuck around, but I can't get a good view of the ID ring, so I'm not sure which chick this is just yet. In the meantime, Mr. Kez starts courting again. And he seems to be courting one of his own chicks from this year. Not much is known about inbreeding in kestrels, so it's interesting to watch. And when I finally read the ring number, I'm surprised to see it's Jeff. Young kestrels of both sexes look similar to adult females. And with this behaviour, it looks like Jeff might actually be female. In December, Mr. Cares sadly disappears, and Jeff takes over the territory. But there's another twist. Over the following weeks, Jeff's brown feathers start to molt. His head and rump start to turn grey, the characteristic markings of a male. Now, this male kestrel is keen to scout out his patch, visiting each nest. In late March, Tawny Owl Luna is brooding 4 eggs. But Jeff is interested in her nest. He hops to the entrance. And goes inside. But the Tawny Owl is much bigger and he makes a swift exit. Jeff is only 10 months old, and this is probably his first fight. You'd think he'd learned his lesson, but later that day, Jeff's back. As Luna checks her eggs, he enters the nest. He goes for it, but she quickly turns on him, grabbing at him with her talons. It's hard to see behind Luna's wings, but it doesn't look good for Jeff. He finally breaks free and makes his escape. Luna calls out. That was quite a fight. Thankfully, it seems all her eggs are unharmed. And Jeff is seen the next day, still in one piece. There's some blood on his feathers, but incredibly he looks okay. Hopefully he'll think twice before taking on a Tawny Owl again. Jeff soon has his first encounters with females too. He's not even a year old and he's looking for a nest. And calling for a mate. A female shows up. But he's new to this and he chases her off. He still has a bit of learning to do. On the 4th of May, Jeff turns 1 year old. At this age, kestrels become sexually mature. And now Jeff's reached this milestone, he looks more confident and ready to start a family of his own. I soon spot him with a new female. I decide to name her Jenny. And interested in the sycamore stump nest. Just before dawn, I head to my hide to see if I can capture them on camera. The good thing about kestrels, they always call before they come in. And this is Jeff, the male kestrel. Jeff started calling. The female must be around. Oh, and look at him bowing there. She's just arrived on the branch. This is the kind of bowing you're going to get from a young male. He's so enthusiastic. Oh, look at that, they're mating. That's amazing. That's a sure sign they're going to nest here. And he's just headed into the nest. She's going to join him now. It's always amazing to witness these early courtship displays. She's going to go in. And I've got a live stream into the nest here, so I can see her inside the nest as well. And it looks like she's going to nest great now. Jeff's back with a mouse for the female. A food pass like this is an essential step in kestrel courtship. Jeff is proving he can provide for the female and their future chicks. I've known this kestrel since he was just a few days old, and it's absolutely brilliant to see he's got a mate now. I think I'm going to leave him to it now. But it's going to be interesting to see how this develops over the next week or so. And hopefully we'll get some eggs. In the next film, watch as Jenny and Jeff settle into Sycamore Stump. And Jenny starts to lay. I can't wait to see how this new couple get on with their first clutch. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to see more. Here's a taste of what you'll enjoy seeing on this channel.